Today I am in Mobile, Alabama at the Beehive Community Garden with lead gardener Pat Hall and Pat Smith, one of my ardent late bloomer fans who writes me every day and brought me to Mobile, Alabama to check out her fantastic gardening skills and garden and recipes. And Pat, let's learn about the Beehive Garden.
The community garden movement in Mobile, it started, I guess, about 7 or 8 years ago, first at Central Presbyterian Church, which is nearby. And the lead gardener there, his name was Leroy Cassidy. I met him and had the idea of starting the community garden here, and he mentored me. So we were the second garden that started here in Mobile, and since then it has taken off and gained in popularity. We've got almost 20 gardens here, and in just this area we've got about 10 community gardens that are very active. I would say all of them are associated with some organization, but they are all community driven. The church here, Government Street Methodist Church, was the mother church in Mobile for the Methodist faith, and there was a flurry of activity. It was a very busy church. So it came to be known as the Beehive. That's why we called it the Beehive Garden. But we actually started out with a feral beehive in the pecan tree here on site. It has since moved on, but that was another reason that we named it the Beehive.
When I planted my first seed in my backyard, watched it grow, and it just took me over since.
It took you over.
It just took me over, and I just love watching it grow and develop these fruits, and I just loved it since. So I started planting it ever since I was 23.
She got hooked. We started out as an asphalt parking lot and basically came in and started digging. We used the
double dig method. So we double dig and we put the cardboard and the leaves and the newspaper down into the soil. But first it struggled for a minute, but after that, the next year, it was awesome. I mean, it was beautiful.
It's all about developing the soil. Well, we've learned over time what grows well in Mobile. In the winter, we can grow all types of greens. We have very mild winters, and so greens do extremely well here, all types. In the summer, the early summer, we get beans and tomatoes and peppers, many other things. But once it gets hot like it is right now, most things struggle. But what really shines is the okra and the sugarcane. We had an okra forest last year. We're transitioning our rows right now. We just put in some fish carcasses and more compost, and we'll soon be doing some transplants of okra. But when we first started the garden, you didn't go 1/4 of an inch and you hit asphalt. It was covered with grass, but underneath it was just a layer of asphalt, and under that was red clay that we had to completely take out by hand.
By hand? You didn't have a tractor?
No, shovel.
Wow.
2 women and a shovel.
Breaking it up.
We actually dig and got them big pieces up ourselves.
Throw them out.
Me and her.
Did you have a surplus of okra last year?
We had a bumper crop.
Yes.
We were giving it away to everybody we could think of. We froze it, we pickled it, we ate it raw. The best thing to do is eat it raw right off of, it's incredibly delicious. It has a nutty flavor. It goes great in salads. Yeah, go figure. It's great raw.
And also we had dinners. They did free dinners for people, vegan dinners. They had okra, grilled, boiled okra. It's really good.
Baked.
You're vegan.
Yes.
And Pat Smith is not.
No. No, I'm not.
But you guys get along really great, right?
Yes.
Sure.
I had to move quickly because the bank put foreclosure on the house with my landlord, didn't pay the rent in 3 years. Yes. I was paying him money and he wasn't paying the bank.
Wow.
So they came to the house and stuck a letter on my window and I had to move. So I ended up bringing my trees here.
So did you have to dig them up out of the ground?
Yes. Everywhere I move, I dig my trees up. If they 4 or 5 years old, I dig them up.
Wow.
And they all survive.
That's amazing. One amazing beauty, besides bringing people together, a community garden, is this garden. Anybody can come and pick and eat the food, right?
Exactly. We want them to.
Wow.
We all work together. It's all part of a community effort so that people, hopefully in Mobile, won't go hungry if we have more of these gardens around.
This is John Dalen, and he is a new member of the vital force at the Beehive. And John, tell us about your background.
I have majors in biology and geography, earth science teaching major, and environmental studies. I've been involved in different gardens at different times. With Pat, since I met her, We've been very successful in getting volunteers in several, maybe 10 gardens. When people put bags of leaves out at different times of the year, I have a trailer and I go out and I grab masses of leaves. In December, I probably picked up 600 bags of leaves for the different gardens, and we use the leaves for the organic matter. Down south here, it is particularly hard to keep organic in the soil because they actually burn up or they oxidize much quicker, and so we have to replenish the soil more here with leaves than we do in other places. We use the leaves for our additives, and they're cheap, and we're trying to save them from the landfill and use them in the gardens.
We have some particularly interesting things growing in this garden I want to tell you about. We were given the sugarcane by a gardener who could no longer do gardening, and so he willed it to us, and we've kept his legacy going in many of our gardens. We also have brown cotton that this is the second year. We started it from seed last year, but we also had volunteers that came up. The third thing we have is a mirliton. In New Orleans, mirlitons are fruits that are grown there, and many of them were wiped out with the recent hurricanes, Katrina and the ones following. And so there is a movement underway along the Gulf Coast to bring back those mirlitons. So we were given 3 plants. One is at this garden and the other 2 are at our other gardens. And so we tried to carry on some of our heritage in these gardens besides those things that are most productive, like we know the okra and the beans and the tomatoes all are. So this is the sugar cane, and it's going to turn this dark color. And in the fall, usually sometime around September, October, it should be ready to harvest. And there are places that will process the syrup out of the cane. We give it to the kids and give them little pieces of it, and they chew it and get the sweetener out of it. It's a teaching opportunity. Most kids do not know where sugar comes from.
I love the way those leaves are just dancing on your shoulder. They love you.
They do. These are my babies. This would be like bamboo. You would just basically take it out and dig a trench and plant it like that. And each of these places are where it would come out. So that's how we do the sugar cane.
This is one of my apple trees that I planted here. This is a red delicious sweet apple tree, and I planted it's about 4 years old now. So I'm gonna come when it cool down, I'm gonna come prune it, and I'm gonna take some of these stems and put it to another apple tree so I can have like 3 or 4 apples on one tree.
Was this a grafted tree to start with?
No. I'm just gonna take the cuttings. I just hate throwing away my babies. So I'm gonna take them and put them on other trees that I have at my house and here too.
This is cotton. It is in the hibiscus family because you can tell what it looks like. This little flower will last for about a day or 2. And then what will happen is the cotton will form inside the pod, and as it forms, the outside hardens, and eventually it will open up and expose the cotton. This is brown cotton.
So are you growing cotton just for a heritage thing? Or?
It is.
Okay.
Yeah, just as to teach the children where their clothing comes from. Cotton comes in different colors. A lot of people don't know that.
This is my tree right here, Granny Smith apple, and this is the last apple off this tree. And I'm going to give it to you to try it.
All right. That is so good, but it is tart.
This is a rescued banana tree. Some people rescue dogs and cats, but we rescue plants. This one came last year. John took it from a pile of trash, and you can see it's so happy it's now making little babies. It's Camellia sinensis, which is the tea plant. You can make green or black tea. It's just a matter of how it's processed. We've got 5 of them here. It's a passion vine that started out with one single plant, and it's grown and multiplied.
And this looks like amaranth.
That is actually a barillo.
What's that?
It's an Asian herb they use in things like summer rolls, but it's so lovely.
Beautiful.
It sets its own seeds as well. So these are all volunteers. So this is it's the mirliton. It's in with some other vines. Obviously we've left it alone, but it gets really big, and then as it grows it will set fruit that are about that size, but they're eaten just like you would a potato or something like that.
You cook it or you eat it raw?
You can cook it. Yeah, I don't know about eating it raw. It seems to be resistant to the bugs. We don't see a lot of bug holes in it, which we see in a lot of the things that we've got growing around this time.
The fig leaves look flawless.
Oh, I know. This is pokeweed. Again, it's heritage. It's just a weed that grows in this area. We use it again just as a demonstration and for the birds to eat the seeds.
Berries they're not edible.
Poisonous, yes.
They're poisonous, okay.
Red you do not want to eat. They say in the spring when it first comes out and the green growth in the spring can be eaten like you would any green. Over in the corner is the red zinger.
Oh yeah, okay. This is Roselle.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
Yep.
wow.
Yep. They started from seeds that we saved from last year, and that's what we had for the tea that we drank.
Okay. That was delicious.
This is the first year it's produced fruit. They're further up. So we'll have to take our ladder up there. There's one over there.
It's providing habitat for wildlife.
Absolutely. We welcome all the wildlife we can get.
Those are not welcome.
They are not welcome. We smash them. That's a juvenile. These are the mommy
Right.
and daddies.
Right.
They actually are small, but they get much bigger than that in these gardens. It is a pindo palm or jelly palm. It makes berries when it's mature. You can actually eat the berries. They're sweet. They kind of taste like a mango.
It's delicious.
What are we having here?
Thank you, Beehive Community Garden.
Oh,
Yes,
beautiful.
tomato sandwiches.
That looks like homemade bread.
It is.
It is.
Oh my goodness.
You are.
That looks beautiful. Tomato sandwich, Mobile, Alabama. All right, let's try this. Tomatoes grown from the garden. What could be better? July 4th. Happy July 4th. Thank you so much for showing me around the Beehive Community Garden in Mobile, Alabama.
Thanks for coming.
Is there anything that you'd like to tell people about this garden?
Come out and see our beautiful garden and enjoy gardening with us.
And volunteer.
And volunteer, absolutely.
Donate, volunteer.
So anything you want, enjoy.
Right, and eat and
And eat.
enjoy. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right.
Your little pan. There's asparagus in the back and tomatoes and cantaloupe. The prickly things there are rootstock for citrus trees.